This morning in Puebla begins quietly. The sun shines bright over the Zócalo. This square once held markets and the public punishments. Now it feels calm, almost gentle. I walk slowly, taking it in. The arcades around me date back centuries. Shadows stretch across the stone floor. And just ahead, the cathedral rises. I look up and keep looking. These are Mexico's tallest cathedral towers, built to impress and to endure. There is a weight here that you can feel. I step inside and everything softens. The light dims, the air cools. Gold catches what little light remains. For a moment, I stay still. Then I step back out into the streets again. Puebla reveals itself layer by layer. I make my way to Casa de la Cultura. Once a bishop's palace, now something more. Inside, there is a courtyard open to the sky. Arches frame the space in perfect rhythm. There was a festival in the square. Music filled the air. We slowed down and stayed a while, treating ourselves to simple snacks and the sound of tradition. Within these walls is a quiet treasure. One of the first public libraries in all of the Americas. Rows of old books held together by time. It feels less like a museum and more like memory. I move on towards Plazuela de los Sapos. The streets narrow and the colors deepen. Then suddenly the space opens up. A small square with a curious name, the Toad Plaza. At the center, a fountain watches over it all. Around it, antiques and stories. Objects that have outlived their original owners. I slow down here without meaning to. This is a place that invites wandering. For lunch, we slipped into an alley in search of something distinctly poblano. The Cemita sandwich starts with a lightly crisp sesame bun. Inside is fried pork, milanesa, avocado, and fresh pápalo. Then it is layered with plenty of mild, stretchy queso Oaxaca. Back outside, the streets lead me to Casa del Alfeñique, named after a sugar candy. Its facade almost looks edible. I zigzag through El Parián market. Colors return again, this time in full force. Talavera pottery, textiles, handmade crafts everywhere. I slow down again just to watch. Creation still happening. A short walk later, I arrive at Barrio del Artista, a quieter space but full of life. Studios line the walkways under tiled arches. Artists at work in their own rhythm. Brushes move, time slows. There is a sculpture here called Genesis, blending symbols from ancient traditions. Not far from here, another story unfolds. the Museo de la Revolución. The bullet marks tell you everything. This was where the first battle began in 1910. Standing here, it feels more real than any textbook. And then, almost unexpectedly, the mood shifts again. I find myself on Calle de los Dulces, a street filled with shop after shop of traditional candies. Recipes passed down generations. I step inside and pick something simple. A small taste to end the walk. I make my way back to the Zócalo. In just a few hours, this city revealed itself. Not all at once, but in layers. Colonial, revolutionary, and quietly modern. Puebla doesn't rush you. It lets you discover it, one step at a time.